noticed this, but a lot of comedians nowadays are growing beards. Now I gotta work with these guys. I gotta stand around with them after the show while people compliment them on their beards. I work really hard not to grow a beard. There's actually a lot more effort. Just once I'd like to hear someone say, "Hey, John, good job still not having a beard." I recognize that's a daily struggle for you. Want you to know that someone appreciates it. Now, some of you guys are thinking, those bearded guys were funnier. Well, they should be. They've got all that extra time to write. I'm gonna come back here next year with a beard. I'm gonna be hilarious. So I'm a little worried about my generation. I wonder if we're gonna talk to our grandchildren about Facebook the same way as our grandparents talked to us about smoking. Like nobody warned us it was a bad idea at the time. We just wanted to keep in touch with our friends. So the grandkids will ask, so this was before telephones, Grandpa? No, I'm talking about the kind of friends you don't want to give your phone number to. Yeah, if you ask most people who their favorite person in the world is, they're probably going to say like a close friend. But I think as you mature, you got to look at your relationships in terms of how much of the time you spend with that person is positive and uplifting. How much of it is just stressful. That's why my favorite person in the whole world is my buddy Dave. I remember when I first met Dave. It was at a show like this. Came up to me afterwards, handed me a beer. He said, "Hey, my name's Dave. I thought you were funny." And then he left. And I haven't heard from him since. But that guy's batting 1,000 as far as I'm concerned. I enjoyed every moment I spent with Dave. I liked the part where he gave me the beer. I liked the part where he told me I was funny. Didn't really care for the part where he told me his name. That was basically at the same time as he was giving me the beer. So when you balance it out, still really solid 12 and a half seconds. Basically cemented his spot as my favorite person for life. There's a really small chance my girlfriend could catch up to him. But Dave would have to come back and punch me in the face or something. I bring him up whenever I'm arguing with my girlfriend too. She's getting a little sick of it. She's always like, "Why are you still talking about that guy? That was 8 years ago. All he did was give you a beer and compliment you and then leave." Like, yeah, I'd appreciate it if you do even one of those things. So I smoke a lot of weed in my spare time. Interesting fact about marijuana that a lot of people don't know. I'm looking to buy some. They say it decreases your motivation. I think that's only a problem if you were motivated to do good things in the first place. Like if you're motivated to make sandwiches and hand them out to homeless people, you should probably lay off the weed. Because you're just going to end up making one sandwich. It's not going to get to the homeless people. But I don't get those type of urges myself. Like I was dry for a couple days last week, had all this extra motivation. I ended up throwing on one of those donkey masks. Went down to the park and threw rocks at children. Can tell some of you weren't on board with that one. You were like, what does this guy enjoy throwing rocks at children? No, I don't. What I enjoy is relaxing in the park wearing my donkey mask. But you do that, the kids start to get curious. Yeah, they gather round. The rocks keep them at bay. Yeah, I was a weird kid myself. Grew out of that, though. Just a phase. My mom used to be a social worker. So growing up, she'd never let us have normal arguments in my family. Like when I was mad at my sister, I couldn't just call her a bitch. I had to argue with her in therapist talk. So I had to say things like, when you took the last cookie, even though you knew I wanted it, that made it seem as though you don't care about my feelings. Yeah. Which makes you a bitch. Thank you.